Welcome to the Deep Dive by Outlier, where we uncover the market's hidden trends and give you the edge you need. Head on over to ovtlyr.com right now to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk today. Now let's jump right in.
All right, let's dive into this. Singles Day.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's massive. Like, we think of Black Friday, right?
Right.
But Singles Day is...
a whole other animal.
It's a whole other beast. We've got all these reports and articles.
Yeah.
And I'm already seeing some pretty wild trends this year.
It's really interesting because it started, back in 2008 as just kind of this quirky, fun thing.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to Alibaba.
Alibaba, yeah.
And it's morphed into this shopping bonanza. Weeks long.
Yeah. I mean, they actually kicked it off pretty early this year, like October 14th.
Yeah.
They were like, let's go.
They're starting earlier and earlier, it feels like.
But here's the thing. I'm seeing that, well, it's still gigantic, obviously, right?
Yes.
It seems like maybe things are shifting a bit.
Yeah.
Like maybe the growth isn't as astronomical as it has been in the past.
That's true. Experts are predicting that the overall sales growth, that's what they call gross merchandise value, or GMV.
Oh, okay.
Which is basically the total value of everything sold. That's going to be only around 4 to 5% this year.
Okay.
Which, that might sound like a lot, but when you compare it to the 30% growth they've seen in the past,
oh, wow.
it's a noticeable slowdown.
4 to 5%.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So what's happening? Are Chinese shoppers just tightening their belts?
I don't think it's quite that simple.
Yeah.
I think it's more like we're seeing an evolution in how Chinese consumers are behaving. So think less maybe like Louis Vuitton and luxury brands.
Got it.
And more about practical purchases and experiences. So like athleisure, for example, from Lululemon.
So instead of the handbag, they're buying the yoga pants.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, so tell me more about this shift to experiences then. What does that look like?
Yeah, well, it's been building for a while now. Jacob Cook, who is the CEO of WPIC Marketing.
Okay.
And they help foreign brands basically navigate the Chinese market.
Right.
He's expecting about 15% growth this year.
Okay.
Which is still slower than the Singles Day, glory days of the past.
Right.
But it definitely reflects, a move away from those luxury goods.
So maybe not cutting back entirely, but a little more strategic. That's pretty impressive.
It is, especially considering, the slowdown.
Yeah.
Both of them, JD.com and Alibaba, are going to be releasing their quarterly results soon, mid-November.
Oh, okay.
And that'll give us even more data.
More to look at.
To really dig into, what categories did well.
Okay, yeah.
What were the profit margins? How are they doing overall?
So Singles Day is more than just a China thing now.
Right. It's global.
It's it's international.
It has transcended borders. It really has.
Yeah.
And I think the trends we're seeing, they hint at what's happening elsewhere as a preview.
So as we wrap up this Singles Day deep dive, what's the big question? What should we be thinking about?
What I keep coming back to is, these trends, right? The experiences, the micro trends, the government intervention. How is this going to shape how we consume things? Not just in China, but everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the question. I don't know the answer.
Big questions. It really makes you think.
It does.
It's pretty amazing to see how things are changing.
Yeah.
What people want, what they value.
It's not just about having the latest phone or the coolest clothes.
Right.
It's deeper than that.
Yeah.
It's about, are your purchases lining up with your values?
Yeah, that's interesting.
And I think that desire for experiences, things that actually, make your life better, that's huge.
So are they having to, change how they do things?
Absolutely. I mean, they can't just do the same old thing.
Yeah, big sale, limited time,
Right. That's not going to cut it anymore. They have to get creative.
Yeah.
They got to, connect with people.
So less about the buy and more about the why.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really important shift. And it's not just about Singles Day.
Right.
It's, bigger than that.
Yeah, it's pretty wild to think that it started as, just a fun day for singles.
Right.
And now it's this, global thing.
It's massive.
Yeah, massive.
You're watching, culture change right in front of you.
It really is.
Economics changing.
So many factors.
It's never just one thing.
I think, we've just scratched the surface here.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
There's just so much to unpack with Singles Day.
And it's going to keep changing.
Yeah.
It's going to be really interesting to watch.
So for everyone listening, the takeaway is pay attention to the micro trends.
Yeah.
Those little shifts.
Yeah.
How are people spending their money?
And what are the brands doing?
Yeah, how are they changing? Because what's happened on Singles Day in China today, that could be what we see everywhere tomorrow.
It could be, yeah.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Hey, thanks so much for deep diving with us today. Head on over to outlier.com. That's OVTLYR.com to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk today. And we'll see you next time.